Good day, dear readers, viewers, watchers, and listeners. I pray all is well out there. Let us continue and let us resume play in the book entitled The Sacraments of Eternity. Let us continue, let us resume play, and let us begin. The Mount of Olives. Jesus came up to Alexander. "Tell me, do you like this?" "Jesus, I have no words. I'm so amazed." "Alexander, you won't regret anything then." "Teacher, I'm sorry for a moment of my weakness." "Alexander, I understand. And I promise you, you will have everything you wish for." "Thank you, Jesus." Now, look at people around and try to remember their faces. However, any time you may see these faces in the mirrors and silently talk to them. The most important for me is that you believe in the divine. The voice from the space became heard again. "Your time has run out. My brothers, you have to leave." Everybody silently went out of the heavenly chariot. "Mary, Joseph, I'm listening to you. Please don't be upset. Everything will be fine. Joseph, this is the will of the Overmind. So it will be." Mommy, Jesus, my only son. Mom, don't cry. It will all be as I told you. Emmy, thank you. No, Mommy, thank you. You raised me to be who I am. Peter, Andrew, John, my disciples, I don't say goodbye to you, as you know where I am going and why. My only wish is continue without hesitation. Share our teaching with every soul. Everyone should rejoice to life given by God. Master, we promise we will do our best for you. Devarius, yes, Jesus, bring it to an end, and I hope the justice will triumph. I ask you and Cornelius never to argue. Jesus, we are Joseph, Claudia, Uzziah. Thank you for all you've been. You were an integral part of my life. You were next to me. You saw justice and outrage. Thank you very much for everything. I don't leave you, and I hope no one of you will ever let me down or betray my name. I understand it looks all like a dream, though you checked yourself. You heard the beautiful music of the great space. I know everything about each of you. Paul, Barnabas, you are good guys. Do your best. Put all your efforts for the humankind and the sake of the Overmind. Brother and our teacher, consider it already done. Paul, say goodbye to your mother, Diana. Paul hugged his mother. David, I'm waiting for you. Mom, I have to go. Mary looked at Jesus and cried out. Devarius hugged Zaria. She whispered, we have a future. Zaria, I live for it. That is why I don't say goodbye. Miriam, yes, Grandmother Rachel. Don't look at me so. Please, I am fine. Fine as never before. Joseph, Rachel, Zariah, and Alexander entered the door gate first. Jesus was the last one. He raised his arms to heaven and said, "People, remember me. Remember my name. For the sake of your children, for the sake of yourselves, and the life that is around you." His voice was rolling along the whole of earth. People around the Mount of Olives shivered. The sound of weeping was heard. The earth was parting with God. He kept living in human hearts. The door closed with the hissing sound. The heavenly chariot was slowly moving upwards to heaven. People raised their arms to heaven and cried, "Lord, forgive us sinful, and save." The heavenly chariot turned already to a small star in the sky. It disappeared very soon. Jesus was silent. Tears were rolling down his cheeks. "Teacher," addressed Alexander, "why are you crying?" "Alexander, I'm going to be back to earth." "Jesus, I don't recognize you. You are changing so quickly." "No, I'm not changing. I'm becoming God." "Oh, Lord, I won't recognize you then." "Don't worry. My earthly look and my heavenly look is not the same. There is a difference, and it is a sacrament." "Now, Alexander, relax. I need to stay alone." He was gleaming and giving much heat. God was thinking. His thoughts were about the earth. He was thinking about earth rushing through space to the heavenly kingdom of his Father. Jesus Christ was thinking, and all his thoughts were only about the humankind. The earth looked like a grain in the endless space of eternity. Earth. Earth. Jesus said. The Mount of Olives. Heavenly mist has gone out. People calmed down, but no one left the place before dawn. They stayed hoping Jesus will be back, but he has gone. They remembered his words, "I'll stay in your hearts." Dark clouds were crawling along the sky. Cornelius looked at Tiberius. He was staring at the heavenly space too. "God, please, no rain," begged Cornelius silently. "Tiberius will go out of his mind." "Tiberius, do you see clouds?" "Zaria, what did you say?" "Listen, I'm not Zaria, I'm Cornelius, and I said, clouds are gathering, may start raining. Let it rain." The grumble of thunder was heard, and warm rain in fact started. Tiberius was glad to this rain as never before. He raised his hands and shouted, "Zaria, I love you." "My goodness, the investigator." Cornelius laughed. "What are you laughing at?" "Nothing really." "You shouted so passionately that made the clouds to scatter away." This is the power of love. Cornelius, you don't understand anything in life. Really, how can I? Cornelius, have you seen Artemis? No, he may be already back to Rome, or maybe flew away in the chariot. Come on, it's not funny. The day after tomorrow, I'll leave for Rome. Now, I know exactly what I'm going to tell the authorities. The disciples of Jesus Christ surrounded Mary. She was calm. Mary? Yes, Cornelius. Let's go to my place. I agree. A huge crowd of people was following Mother Mary to Jerusalem. The crowd of true believers it was. A woman was going in front of them, the real saint of all the saints. She was going with her head up to heaven where her Son, human God, is. Altogether, they stayed at Cornelius's. Mary, what do you plan to do further? Cornelius, I want to move for Nazareth along with Paul and Barnabas. I want to live there for some time, as it will be much harder for me to stay in Jerusalem. Mary, I understand you. Take my horses. Thank you, Cornelius, you are a good man. I want to walk the whole way on my own. I want to visit the settlements on the way where my son used to be. I have plenty of time. As you wish. Peter, what have you decided? You see, Cornelius, I can't say as I haven't decided yet, though you have a lot of time to decide. Mary, when do you want to start? Tomorrow morning. I'll walk with you for some time. Sure, Cornelius. May I take a rest? I feel exhausted and want to take a nap. Of course, Mary. Good night to you, Mother Mary. Peter, are you leaving? Yes, we need to go. We want to discuss our plans. Good luck to you. Thank you. Tomorrow we will come to say goodbye to you. Mary didn't hear them say that. They went out. God's mother was having a rest from the earthly burden. Mother Mary. Yes, Jesus? Son, I knew you'd be back. I told you I will never leave you. Get up and come to me. Mary got up and went to Jesus. Now, Mom, look over there. Who is it? Oh God, it's me, my body. Why do I look like this? You'll feel much better in Nazareth. You'll look better. But now, just be yourself. Jesus, I feel so light and I don't want to go back to my body. No. I came just to check. You're fine. Now you have to get back to your body. Mary breathed out and opened her eyes. She was alone. Lord, thank you. Thank you for yourself. So interesting to see me from inside. She fell asleep again and slept sweetly till the morning. The morning was warm and tender. Mary felt wonderful. Mary, you seem to wake up in a good mood. Cornelius, I met Jesus and talked to him, thus I feel amazing. Good for you. Now I'm convinced he is right beside us. Paul, Barnabas, please get ready. We will start our journey in the footsteps of your brother. Mom, we are ready and we are eager to start. Peter and the disciples are here too. Cornelius, yes, yes, Mary? Let's go. They were walking along the streets of Jerusalem. Now Mother Mary was leading. She was in the place of Jesus. They didn't notice, but found out themselves at the place of the skull. Peter, let's stay here for a while. The whole life of Jesus flashed in her mind. She heard distinctively, Mother Mary, from now on, confidently move forward. Lead our brothers. Well, Jesus, I will go forward to my immortality and your glory. She appealed to the disciples. Disciples, you are my children. You always know where to find me. I don't say goodbye. I'm waiting for you to glorify our God. See you all soon. My dears, thank you for everything. Disciples were keeping silence and watching Mother Mary going away with two sons of her own, these two sons, to God's space of serenity and love. God's mother was walking along the earth, the planet where her son left his spiritual fruits. Devarius, I feel sad. Cornelius, I feel sad too. Have you found Artemis? Yes, here he is, sleeping. I don't know where he was for the last 2 days. He doesn't pronounce a word and is so ashamed. It is so clear about him. What will you do? You know, Cornelius, I was at Pontius Pilate and Herod Antipas, and I was in the Synedrion. I gave a "how dare you" speech. I mean, all who are guilty will soon come back to Rome, and I have to give their explanation to the authorities and the Senate. I believe I cleared the case of the murder of Jesus, and thus I fulfilled my human duty. I have to move to Rome in the morning. Well, dear, you are my centurion. Our time has come. I feel really bad without you, but this is life. Devarius, I'll move to Capernaum, but I have no idea so far what to do there. Looks like preaching Christian faith to everybody. Moreover, I will, no kidding, I will visit Cyprus. Peace be with you, Cornelius. Peter, leave, don't play guards. Oh, here you all are. Yes, we know that Devarius is leaving, and we would like, Peter, don't say more, no more. I know what you want, and this is not a holiday. We'll just sit and chat and discuss how do we all plan to live. Cornelius, I have an offer. What if we move to Jordan? We agree. Fresh water of Jordan was running with a pleasant sound of the river of Jordan. Cornelius, Devarius, and all the disciples seated themselves comfortably along the bank in the shadow. Agenda was clear. How to live further. Who will replace Jesus? They were arguing and didn't come to any decision. Cornelius took the floor. My dear brothers, let's first say goodbye to Tiberius, and we'll go to Mother Mary, to Nazareth. She will help us to bring everything in order. They all agreed with Cornelius. Now, bring wine. Claudia, why are you silent all the time? I want to know what was happening at the Mount of Olives. Pontius, I can tell you, but you won't believe me. One has to see it and feel it with your own heart and soul. Have you felt it through? Did you? If so, tell me. Tiberius already invited me to follow him to Rome. I should know everything. Pontius, honey, you should have known about the events much earlier. It's too late. Human rudeness may ruin everything on its way. I know no mercy. We saw for real how it demolished God, tore him apart. Obsessed by this rudeness, we were shouting in the crowd, "Crucify him! Crucify him!" Pontius put his head down. Are you punishing me again? Pontius, it is nothing in comparison with the outrage we caused. Claudia, tell me, have you seen the moon? I have not only seen it, but I was also inside of it. What is inside? I don't know words, Pontius, to explain to you. It is God's language. Okay, I got it. It's better, well, I'd better drink. Claudia looked at him, burst into tears, and went out. She was tired. You won't change anything, thought Pontius. You may sob, but you won't bring Jesus back. He's gone. You, Claudia, will never return to him, even if this is your only desire. Claudia couldn't fall asleep till late. Pontius was drinking wine, the wine made of grapes raised under the sun. He fell asleep enjoying. Cornelius, this is the time. Tiberius, I will miss you. We've become real brothers. Cornelius, we have. We understand each other just by a glance. I want all people. I wish they all could be like us. Let it be so, Tiberius. So far it is different. Now I'm considering whether the Almighty damned the people who dared to kill his son. We were next to him and couldn't do anything for the one who created us. Cornelius, I understand, but I can only be an investigator on this earth. I feel helpless about the rest, but my conscience is talking to me and bothering me. After the ascension of Jesus, something changed inside of me. Seeing what we saw is hard to restrain not only conscience, but even mind. I saw myself here. He was, and the other moment, he lifted up and disappeared. I saw it all. It is even hard to believe. It's it really happened, didn't it? Yes, I see what you mean. Many years will pass and people will hardly believe. We must rejoice that we lived in the time of God's journey on earth. Cornelius, God really left his footprint on the earth. But to commemorate him, we have to leave something for the future. I think we will. Well, let's hug then before we say goodbye. I have to go, Cornelius. You know, Caesar and Nero. They are two pieces of work. Artemis, let's go. Thank God, finally, the day has come. Look at him. Second God he is. Have you realized you witnessed God's ascension today? Witness. Witness. I want to go home. Cornelius, do you see? You have just been talking about the far away future. Fine. The time will bring it all in order and rearranged by their deeds. Enough, Cornelius. Goodbye. Devarius hopped on the horse, smiled, looked at Cornelius, and went off with tears in his eyes. Cornelius kept standing in silence and thinking, God, I'll desperately miss him. Cornelius, you won't. You'll meet him soon. He looked around. What's that? Oh, yes. Yes, I understand. The sun was shining and drying the tears on the cheeks of Cornelius. Dear readers, we will pause there, and we will resume play yet another day, another time, in the book entitled The Sacraments of Eternity. Until next time, dear readers, be well. Take care of yourselves and each other. Thank you. God bless.